All right, it started recording. Good evening, everybody. This is the Sedona Retreat orientation call. We may set up a second one if we need that, but for now, it is my hope and intention that we can answer all the questions, get you guys excited, get you guys connected, meeting each other, and we can start really like making the vision for this wonderful activity come together, because I'm getting all excited. I did a little more online digging today, and there's so many possibilities for us. So my agenda for tonight, I want to start by doing some quick introductions, because we've got a couple people here that I don't think know the rest of the group. So we'll go around to do introductions, and then I want to tell you about a group Facebook page, how we're going to coordinate our communications, general information about getting there, arrival parties, schedules for the things we'll be doing together. And I'm going to save the EFT part for the end of the call, because there are a few of you that are coming on the retreat that aren't part of EFT. So I want to give them the option of dropping off or fast forwarding through that. All right, sound good? So let's see, I'm trying to see if I can get everybody. Oh, I can get, okay, we have a lot of people on the phone and we have 4 of us on the video. So maybe what I'll do, I'm not sure who's who here. So why don't we start? My intention is to give a real quick introduction. Say who you are, say when you took EFT level 1 with me or with somebody else if that's the case, and just say what you're most excited about for this this upcoming adventure we're sharing. So I'll work with the people I can see on camera first. So let's see, Anita, you're unmuted. So Anita, introduce yourself. Anita Keene.
Okay. My name is Anita Keene. I have been Betsy for a couple of years, and I did the EFT a couple of weeks ago. And my intention for Sedona, oh my God, have a ball. That's me.
Yeah. And if you didn't notice, Anita is from Ireland. She has a little, she talks really neat. Doesn't she talk neat? Okay. And then the next person I'll introduce is Linda Richards. Linda, go ahead.
Hi everybody. Let's see, I took my EFT1 training with Betsy at Lilydale. Was that in June?
That was July 2nd.
Right, yeah. Right. And it was very exciting. Delighted to meet Betsy. And so my friend Mary and I decided that it was time for us to make the commitment. So we committed to go to Sedona. And I'm a retired educator with quite a bit of counseling background, and very excited to have this opportunity to get to connect with all of you wonderful people.
Great. Thank you, Linda. And then we'll go to Mary, her partner in crime here. The other
partner in crime.
Yeah.
I'm Mary Rollinger, and I took the EFT1 with Betsy at the same time Lynn did in early July. I learned about EFT a few years ago and started listening to the Tapping World Summit online, and Lynn and I got a group going. So we were just doing it by hook or by crook, just teaching ourselves. And when we saw your name come up, Betsy, we said, well, you know what, we should look into this a little more. And we both agreed that what we discovered at level 1 was so motivating for us, and we were so inspired that we decided we want to go a little farther here. So I have a private practice in counseling. I do suggest that my clients use EFT as a, not the prime, I do a therapy called accelerated resolution therapy, which is all by itself, it's used for trauma, but this is a great companion therapy. Mm-hmm. So I have this private practice, and I do some work with a lot of first responders. So I'm excited to go to Sedona and learn more about everybody and learn more about EFT, and especially you, Betsy. Lynn and I agree, you're surrounded by light.
Oh, so and I have even more light. If my kitten comes in, I'll hold her up to the camera because she's just so darn cute.
Okay.
But I never know where she is because she's running around all the time. Okay, let's see. Roseanne, I see you're on the line, or at least I see a little square. Are you there?
I am on the line. Hi, my name is Roseanne. I've known Betsy for, it seems like 100 years, but I think it's like 12 or 13. I took the EFT with Betsy in July here in Cleveland, Ohio. And I love Sedona. I've been there a couple of times. It's my #1 place to go, and I'm looking forward to being in that energy. I don't care if I don't do anything but sit on a rock. That's where I want to be. So,
yeah.
I am retired. I heard voices. I'm retired from property management, and I'm an angel therapy practitioner now and a Tai Chi Cha teacher.
Thank you, Roseanne. Great intro. Okay,
You're welcome.
I'm going to have to call the other people by their phone numbers. So who is 623-4215?
That's me. That's Kathy Orazio. Hi, everybody. I'm a yoga teacher, Reiki master, and student healing touch, and I wanted to add the EFT to my bag of tricks, if you will. I've been trying to get to Sedona since I first started teaching yoga back in 2008, and I waited till I got the right group of people, and I'm really excited, and I'm just going to enjoy every minute of it.
That's right.
I'm done.
And she's one of our presenters for our November Indigo Connection meeting too. So if you have a chance to go to that, you'll see how awesome Kathy is. Okay, our next person is 216-823-4069. Who's that?
Hi, that's Kathy Gittner.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi there. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, sorry, because I'm driving, so I got you on speaker here.
Okay.
Yeah, so Kathy Gittner, I took EFT1 earlier this year in your first class. Have been doing kind of EFT on my own, and actually did a little coaching with Betsy for a while. Looking to get certified in it and kind of get into a coaching practice myself as well, and it's such a wonderful tool. So the opportunity to get certified in it with Betsy is just, you can't pass it up. Sedona, I'm just looking to relax and learn and just soak up the energy.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Kathy.
That's it.
Get your hands on the wheel.
Yep.
All right. Our next person is 888-2803. Who's that? Okay. Maybe they're on mute. Hello. Who's on 882? Or let's see. 888-2803. Who's that? Are you there? All right, we'll move on. Who is 867-5855?
Hi, that's me, Elaine Swade.
Hi, Elaine.
Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Yes, hi, how are you? I took the level 1 with you, I think it was around July 19th or something like that in the Cleveland area. And I also do some Reiki, not a lot. I would like to start doing a little bit more than that. But I'm really looking forward to going to Sedona. It's beautiful out there, and it's a special place, and I think we'll have a really great time out there.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Elaine. All right, our next person is
Sure.
221-4716. Who's that?
Okay, that's Diane Worby.
Hi, Diane.
How are you?
Good.
Good. All right, so I took the level 1 in September, and just really looking forward to going out to Sedona and doing the level 2 and working on going on a new career path starting in 2017, and I think this will be something that will help.
Great.
I'm just really looking forward to meeting the people I don't know and getting to know the others a little bit more.
Well, you're going to be in the right place. And you're one of the brave ones that took on a roommate you never met. So I trust that you and Chris will be great new friends. It'll be fun.
Well, we're meeting on Friday, so
Good. Good.
so we're going to do a little preview.
Excellent.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Our
Thank you.
next person is the 210 area code. That's Chris Evans. Are you there, Chris?
Yeah. Yep, I'm here. Yes, I'm just very much looking forward to Sedona, and I took the EFT training in July also, and I'm just looking forward to, well, no, maybe I took it in September, I guess. I'm looking forward to just relaxing and learning more about EFT. And I first was introduced again, also, like, I started watching some Nick Ordner and the Tapping Summit a couple of years ago, and so I've always been interested in it. So looking forward to the opportunity.
Good. Well, thanks so much. And let's see, 235. Is that Nancy Kovaleski? Are you on the line?
Yes, it is.
Hello, Nancy.
Hello there. Okay. I also took the level 1 in September. I really don't expect to go for the certification. It's just something that I do on my own. It really isn't kind of in my wheelhouse for my practice, although I do Reiki, but just mainly friends and family. And gosh, been going to Arizona since the 80s when my parents moved out there, and absolutely love Sedona. And it just feels like I was walking today going, wow, it's been so nice out, and now I have something else where the weather, no matter what it's doing in Cleveland, can let me extend my summer and my fall just a little bit longer, and make the winter maybe seem a little bit shorter. And to do it with all of you ladies is just it's a dream come true. I'm so looking forward to it.
Good. Well, thanks, Nancy. You're going out early, so you're gonna start paving the way before the rest of us get there. Okay. Yep. So who was the person that's on the line that did not introduce themselves yet? Do you want to come forward, or do you want to just hang out? There's one more, I think. Because I have 13 people I show on the line, and I think we only had 12 introductions. Okay, well, maybe you're on mute or something. Last call. All right, I'm going to get into my agenda now. So the first thing I wanted to let you know is I am going to be inviting you to a private Facebook page, which is a page that will be a place where I'll put announcements, where you can put things in. Like if you're trying to organize maybe an activity and you're wondering if other people want to go, you can put a link up there. You can suggest maybe a restaurant for one night if you want to organize group getting together. We do have the one night when we all go out together that's included in the retreat, and that's actually going to be our last night. That's going to be full moon night. So consider that your graduation dinner. We're going to be going to the Golden Goose, which is kind of an Italian restaurant, but I think it's classic American too. And they're giving us a room that has a patio, so that if it's nice outside, we can actually have our cocktails overlooking the full moon rising at about 6 p.m. And then the room we're in has a fireplace too. So if it's cold, we'll be snugly warm. So anyway, that's one thing that's happening. But if you want to check out that place before our last night, you can do that. Other things that we're doing as a group, just so you have that on your agenda, we are going to go with Joseph Whitewolf on the first Saturday, our second day in town. So that'll be on the 12th. That hike is from approximately 3 to 5 p.m. And we have heard so many wonderful things about Joseph. I was on his website today, and one of the questions that came up had to do with how much money should we bring. And really, that's a very personal decision, because if you're a fine dining person, you're going to have a different budget than the person that just goes to Whole Foods and picks up, cheese and crackers and a head of lettuce. So I can't tell you for sure, but I can give you some guidelines. Sometimes when people are in Sedona, they want to set up private sessions, and I looked up what the cost of Joseph's private sessions are, just so you might want to jot that down. He typically charges $125 an hour, okay? And he does, dream work journeys. He also takes people on more private hiking excursions, and he does readings and stuff. So you might want to go to his site if you're curious about that, it's Joseph, let me see if I wrote it down. I might have. JosephWhiteWolf.com. I think, yeah, I think that's what you go to. I don't have it actually here. But he's going to be taking us to what's called the Amitabha Stupa, the Peace Park, and the Medicine Wheel. And these places are exceptional for meditation and learning. And because he comes from the native tradition, I think it'll be a treat. Roseanne's met him before. He's just a really awesome guy. And if you want, he's on Facebook. I like what he posts on Facebook daily. Like, I think just yesterday he posted about how he looked up and a hawk was there, and how the hawk waved to him with its feathers. And I don't know. He has a garden too. He's talking about his garden, I think, today's post. So anyway, you might want to follow him, find out what's going on with him, and start connecting to him out there. Other things you might need, well, what I can tell you right now is for food. Let's just talk about my food, because that's one of those essential things that keeps you safe and secure. Our breakfast every day is going to be included with the trip. That's going to be available from 8:30 to 10. And from what I hear from our hotel people, it's an awesome big, hot breakfast. So you have that to look forward to. So that's probably going to cover you for a good piece of the day. You won't go hungry. For lunches, especially the first day of our EFT training, our Joseph White Wolf day, I really want to get a lot done that first day so we can relax the rest of our time together, and maybe I don't have to be such a taskmaster about what we get through. And for that reason, I would like you to try to get something at the store the day before, so that when you come to class, you'll have your lunch either in your room, in your fridge, or something you can bring with you. The fast food, well, I shouldn't say fast food. Whole Foods is within a mile of where we're at, and there's some really good little dining places that are within a mile to a mile and a half. We are really nicely centrally located. Most of the restaurants I've looked at are a mile away. It's incredible how well this place is positioned for our comfort. So you could even go out and get a lunch and be back in the short break, but I'm just trying to think ahead for that first day. So put it in your mental calendar that when you get to Sedona and when you check into the hotel, you might want to, stop at the store, get a few things, especially to cover your lunch next day. Okay? I've asked you all to give me your travel information too, and most of you have done that already. I'm mostly concerned about your incoming flight, what time your flight lands, and who you're traveling with to get to the hotel. Because I'm going to be the shepherd person, and I might be the last one to get there for all I know, but I want to know where everybody is on the path to getting to our hotel. So if you could do that. Make sure I have your cell phone, because what I intend to do, if it's okay with all of you, is give you the list of everybody, have everybody's cell phones. If something should happen that we need to coordinate transportation differently than we thought when we first started out, I want you to be able to get in touch with people and know when they might be coming through the airport, just in case your ride left without you or something goes amiss. I was telling, I think most of you have made your car rental arrangements already, and you know who you're traveling with, but if you don't know, it's still a good time to rent a car. I checked rates today, and the rates on Priceline are between $36 and $50 per day, depending on what size vehicle you get. So they're very affordable. And Priceline is a good site to rent through because you don't have to use a credit card to rent your car. You can make the reservation and actually change it without any penalty. So I made mine long ago, and I can still go back there and check to see if I have the best rate. So you might want to do that. So just a hint from the world of travel. Okay. General information about arrival. The hotel list check-in time is 3 o'clock. As you know, sometimes they're ready to take you in earlier. Since we're coming on a Friday, they're probably not full the night before, but there's no guarantee. So just come ready to, just don't arrive too early. There's plenty of outdoor activities and stuff there, but, you know, take care of doing some other things rather than waiting around at the hotel to guarantee you'll get into your room. My intention, if everything goes well, is to have that welcome party around 5:30 or 6 on Friday night. And I need to ask a favor of somebody who's getting there early, who I'm pretty sure is going to be there before I get there, because my flight got changed after I booked this reservation, and I don't get into Phoenix until 1:27 p.m., which means that I'm probably at the best situation getting into the hotel around 4. And I'm wondering if I can delegate the shopping of a little bit of wine and snacks and stuff to somebody who's getting there before me, and I will reimburse. I'll either reimburse you or give you a check up front so that you can do the shopping. I don't need.
I'd be happy to do that, Betsy, because I'm going to have a car.
Oh, I love you, and I know you're a smart shopper.
Nancy.
Okay. Well, we'll talk offline about how to do it, and I can give you a check or something on Friday even to get you started. So good.
Yeah, either way, it doesn't matter.
Thank you, Nancy. Okay, that's done.
Hey, you're welcome.
The other thing I want you all to think about, and this has to do with our bonding to the energy of Sedona and the land and honoring the ancient traditions. I was just reminded by one of my native friends, Gesheda Kayawak, that when you go to a place for important work, it's a good idea to have a ceremony where you give something to the land. Maybe you've done that before. She suggested bringing some sage, maybe a little, she actually gave me some sage that she had to bring out with me. I also have sage that I'll be bringing from my own garden. Sometimes the Native Americans use tobacco, but they have a little ceremony that they offer these things from where they come from to the new place they're going, or something special. So if you want to bring something to offer up in our ceremony at the very beginning, the energy of your home, your place, your office, something like that. Yeah, a fur ball from your cat. I don't know. But anyway, bring something for our opening ceremony, and we'll honor the land. In terms of your preparation for everything, I just looked up today the average temperatures for this time of year that we're going to be in. The high is probably around 70, low 70s, high 60s, and the low can get down to about 39 at night. There's a remote chance that it could snow this time of year, but usually the snow falls late November, so I don't think we have to worry about it. It's typically dry in Sedona this time of year, so I think we're in good shape in terms of hiking and activities, and so we can keep the weather alerts. I'll post them on our Facebook page as I get more updates, because that could be helpful. But typically what you want to do is you want to wear layers. You want to bring clothing, you know, a jacket to go over a sweater, and then maybe even a light t-shirt kind of top, because if you're out hiking, you're going to get warm, and the sun is quite bright when it's shining through if you've been there before. Sunrise will be about 6:30 in the morning, and sunset will be right around 6 at night. So I wanted to keep that in mind and to make you all aware of that. Part of the reason that I want to do our training segments in the morning is to give you that nice stretch of afternoon daylight. And there's enough time if we're not starting till 9. I think 9:30 is what I intended for our EFT training. You'll have some time to do the hiking. Our hotel is on the airport loop, the hiking trail, so we have really great access for hiking right from our facility. You don't even have to drive to a place to do hiking on the land. So think about that. Let's see, the full moon. I just wanted to tell you something about the full moon. This cycle of the full moon is called the self-existing moon of form. and its energetic qualities are define, measure, and form. And to keep in mind, this moon can be used to bring your life into focus and align with natural cycles. So I'll post that on our page too, but I think that can be something you might want to integrate into your own intentions. I think each of us, my own journey right now is stepping into the role of EFT trainer. This is the first EFT level 2 I'm teaching, and this is my focus and a lot of focus for my business right now. And those of you learning EFT and integrating with clients, this is a new way for you to focus about how you're going to be using this as a practice, whether it's for yourself, for others, in work that you do in your community or work that you're already doing. So I wanted to share that with you because I think that's kind of cool. All right, one more thing that I wanted to bring up to you. I was looking into a group winery tour. And I didn't know if anybody would be interested in that. I'm not real keen on drinking and driving, but I do like going places. And this particular winery tour that I looked into, it would leave at about 1 o'clock. Let's see, which day? That would be Sunday. Sunday would be the only day that I can fit it in. Would leave 1 o'clock on Sunday. It's about a 5-hour tour. It goes to Jerome, which is this really cute little mining town. It includes visiting 3 wineries. There's some food, and there's some history and professional guides. It has very high marks on TripAdvisor. So I checked it out. It has a certificate of excellence. It's a little bit pricey, but on the other hand, it should be really fun. So if you're interested in that, from what I can tell, the price is around $200. That sounds like a lot, I know. But for the sake of not having to be responsible about the driving and the chance to see, Jerome's a bit of a drive away too. I've been to Jerome before, and it's really cool. It's like a ghost town. It's a little mining ghost town, but it's filled with quirky places. And Nancy, you've been to Jerome too, right?
Yeah, it's cool because it's like hanging off the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
It's way up high. It's really unique. I would love to do it.
Yeah. So
for wine lovers, Arizona has some phenomenal wines. They're just rivaling California. You don't hear about them a lot, but they just have great wines. It's not like Mon Ami.
Well, I was astounded because I looked at the wineries in the area, and there's a list of like 200 wineries really close to where we're going to be. And
Cottonwood has a ton of them.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just thought that was a practical way to do it. Even if we just have 4 or 5 people that want to do it, I'm not pushing that on you, and it's really an extra thing. I know there's some people that want to go horseback riding, and they're organizing that. I will see if I can negotiate something better than what they have on the website. But that's what's published for this 5-hour. So just let me know. Send me a message or an email if you're interested in that possibility, or if you want me to try to get it down to a certain price for you. I looked into some other tours. There's a organic chocolate tour, but that price was kind of a lot, and it wasn't that much chocolate. And I even got the list of all the places they go, and that sounded pretty neat. There are some wonderful organic chocolate places in Sedona. And there's one restaurant that looks really good, very affordable. What is that called? I just looked. I don't know. I'll find all my notes. But anyway, the Chocolate Cafe or something. But this place has a lot of organic products and food and just really cool stuff. So we might be able to go there. Let me see. What else? I checked for other events in the area. I didn't see a whole lot going on when we're there. So I don't think we'll have too many distractions from other things. So any other questions right now about just kind of our general settings, our general plans? Anything?
Yeah, I have one, Betsy.
Yeah.
I am looking through my emails here, I can't see my email with the address of the hotel. If you do mind forwarding that, please.
Yeah, very good. I will. And let's see if I'll forward it later. I don't have it right in front of me right now. And if you want to look it up online, it's called A Sunset Chateau. And it's right by the airport vortex, the airport road.
You can get a great sunset up there in the evening. It's a perfect.
Yes. We are very, very lucky. It's almost like we've been watched over. So, I guess the other thing I wanted to mention to all of you, if you haven't already gotten trip insurance, sometimes things don't go totally perfectly. I wanted to remind you, you can still get trip insurance before your trip, and that it's very affordable, and you can cover, you can cover just your flight. You can cover the rest of your trip too. You just have to declare it when you get your insurance, and your insurance rate will be based on how much you've paid for all of your travel and activities. The reason I'm an expert these days is we have to cancel part of a trip, when we had that family crisis last month, and we were with Allianz Insurance, and it was the insurance that I purchased with my airline ticket when it asked you whether you want it, and then they came through beautifully. We got our check within 10 days, and sometimes I've gotten stuck in Phoenix before because of a hurricane that shut the airport in Cleveland. So just so you know, things are missing luggage, things can go wrong, and I'd hate to have anything go wrong for you, because you can cover yourself for $20, $30, especially for your flight. And, it's a personal decision, but I think I just go with it, because you don't want to, it's bad enough when something goes wrong with your trip, but at least this can help you out. Any other questions in general before we go on to talk about EFT?
Sure. Who do you?
I just have a question. I'm trying to be hooked up with somebody who wants to share a car. I didn't get a car yet. If you would give my information to somebody who maybe would want to share a car rental.
Okay, so it needs to be somebody that gets to the airport around the same time you do, and you're getting in,
which is 12:30.
Yeah,
12:30 on Friday.
Right. So there's one other person that's on my flight that I'm not sure whether whether she needs a ride or whether she's going on her own. So I'm going to have to ask her. It's possible you could come with us, with me and Roseanne in our car. I have to double check what size car I got, Kathy. So,
okay. All right.
What about your roommates? Are they coming in on different flights? Or you don't know?
They're coming in a couple of days early. Jean and Elaine are coming in. They're going to already be there. They're going to come in about 3 or 4 days early, and they're going to be, like Nancy, they're going to be touring on their own.
Okay. Well, I'll keep looking. I don't have all the flight information of when everybody's getting in. So when I'll take a look at the other possibilities, and I might be able to help you out. Okay?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Anita, you looked like you had another question?
Yeah. What insurance company did you use for the travel insurance?
Allianz was the one that I used for my most recent trip. Do you know Carmel Lapa, Anita? Because she's my travel agent.
Okay. Yeah, she sounds familiar.
Yeah, I mean, she could give a recommendation too. You can go, if you go online and just Google travel insurance, you'll get a bunch of different names. I've used various ones before. You can even compare rates if you like. I'm trying to remember, because I have to get it when I've gone to Europe. I always get it because those are a little more risky in terms of what can happen. But they don't just cover your travel. They cover, like, if you need emergency flight somewhere because of a health issue, or somebody in your family gets sick and you have to return. You have to read the fine print, but they cover a lot of possibilities that make your life miserable. So, like I said, I highly recommend getting flight insurance.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah. Any other questions? Going. Okay, let's talk about EFT.
Okay, Betsy.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Betsy, I just wanted to let you know I need to leave, so I'll pick up the rest of this on the recording.
Okay, that works for me.
Okay, take care. Have a good evening, ladies.
Thanks, Roseanne.
Nice.
Okay.
Betsy,
Bye.
Betsy, I was wondering about the size of Sedona, the town or city.
The size of it. It's not
How
very
big is it? It's not very big. Yeah, I was there 25, 30 years ago, but it wasn't very big. So
It's a lot bigger now.
It's a good thing. Oh, my kitty just came in.
It's a lot more full of people now. The town itself isn't much bigger, but you know, it's so big and spread out. I think that you'll be amazed at how it's filled up with houses now.
Yeah.
Okay. And two other questions. Lynn and I went on and looked at the weather. The weather looks like it might be a high 70s, like close to 80 on the forecast that goes forward.
Really?
So it said 79, 78, 77.
But is that for right now? Is that
Well, I was just looking ahead like this. Yeah, it's not for November. So,
it's going to get colder, I'm afraid.
okay, good.
I mean, maybe it won't.
Yeah.
But I would withhold judgment for another couple of weeks. But we'll keep our eye on it and, set the intention that we're going to have nice sunny days and it's going to be perfect.
Cool.
Oh, I see my kitty.
Yeah.
The one thing I think that we can plan on is, regardless of how warm it gets during the day, it's going to be cool at night, and it takes a little while for it to warm up.
Yeah.
And it's a dry cold, so it almost feels colder.
Yeah.
You want the layers because once the sun goes down, you're going to feel it getting colder.
Yeah.
That I know from living in the Southwest.
Yeah. But we have a fire pit area, I think, and there's a hot tub too, I think there too. So we're not gonna be suffering. No suffering at all. It'll be fine. All right. Any other questions?
Yeah. So if the winery tour, if we did not do the winery tour, let's say we didn't do it, we'd have 1 o'clock on Sunday. That would be open Sunday afternoon.
Right. I was going to go through the basic schedule right now. So our EFT training, and I guess the other thing I will say about the EFT training, I mean, this is part of your retreat, but my feelings will not be hurt if you decide that you maybe want to come and go and not do everything. It's just if you're interested in certification eventually, if you're interested in getting the credential, the certificate for completing this training, you do have to attend everything. Now, the good news, there's a couple pieces of good news about EFT training I can also share with you. First of all, after the retreat, I'm going to be supporting you with 8 weekly calls, and they will be done in this kind of format. We're going to do Q&A. It gives me an opportunity to possibly cover things that we had to go over too quickly in our course. So it gives us a little backup. It gives us time to tap together, to ask questions about our client sessions. After level 2, I will be encouraging those of you that are moving on into the possibility of certification to do partner work too. And I'll be having you sign up while we're in Sedona, setting up sessions with each other to get your partner. I know. My little kitty's over there. She's creeping into the room. Here, give her to me. Let's show everybody the kitty. You want to see the kitty? There's a kitty. Hello. Okay, now George, take her. See, there's squirrels out there, so I think she knew to come in. Okay, so the other good piece of good news about EFT training is I've set up another set of trainings the weekend before Thanksgiving here in Cleveland. So there is a repeat attendance rate for EFT level 2, or you could repeat 1 day of EFT level 2 with me on either the 19th or the 20th, and I will be able to give you kind of the format of those days, but it's at a reduced rate. So I will pass along what that looks like just in case. I can't give it to you for free because you'd be taking up space in the next class, but it also gives you a little leeway. I just wanted to I guess, share that with you, because a lot of times, and actually what I found when I was in Toronto with Nancy's level 1 and level 2 training just a couple weeks ago, is that probably half of the people in the level 2 class were taking it for a second time, because the first time it just blew them away. It was so intense for them, and they were still clearing their own issues that they wanted to take it a second time when they were more clear and able to really take it in as a practitioner more than taking it in as their as the client themselves. So I just wanted to say, I want you to enjoy your trip, the vacation. I want you to be part of the training, but I don't want it to bring stress to you about finishing everything while you're in Sedona. So with that said, what our schedule is going to look like, Friday evening, we're probably all going to be tired. We're going to have a reception, get to know everybody, kind of go over some basic plans for the week, and then have dinner on your own the first night. We're going to be adjusting to a time change, so I think everybody's just going to want to chill and enjoy their nice room and get to know their roommate. So on Saturday, breakfast is going to be from 8:30 to 9:30. I will send you all this in writing. The EFT training will begin at 9:30. So we'll have our first segment from 9:30 to 11. We'll probably take a break at 11, and then we'll go 11:15 to 12:30. We'll take a lunch break, and then we'll go from about 1:15 to 2:30 and finish up. And the first day, my intention is that we will cover a pretty lengthy discussion of trauma, the tell the story technique. We'll do partner work. We'll talk about client care basics, borrowing benefits, about how to customize a treatment based on the intensity of the client. This is really important stuff. This is really important foundational stuff. And I'll probably show you a couple of videos from Gary Craig's library to give you examples of good practice, and also give you a chance to meet Gary if you haven't met Gary and at his best. So that's our first day. So that's our most intense day. And you'll still be adjusting to the land that day, but I think that's the best day to keep you in a classroom, okay? The second day, Sunday, again, we're going to have breakfast at the same time. Our first morning session will be 9:30 to 11. And during that session, I intend to cover the brain, gentle techniques, and there's a bunch of different gentle techniques you need to know about. Also about beliefs, limiting beliefs, core beliefs, and how beliefs get tied up in EFT, and how we uncover beliefs as we work on the presenting issue, even if you don't have specific events, how we get at beliefs. And we'll be doing some partner work. Again, I think every day we're going to be doing partner work, which tends to take up a good bit of time. So that's Sunday. Sunday night, I have reserved some time for optional stuff. And whether we do that or not, I hate to tie up your evenings, so I think sometime we're going to need a little time at night, possibly to do more partner work. But let's play that by ear, okay? Everybody says they like the partner work the most, so I want to give you as much partner work as possible, but I want to chunk the time so it works without interfering with the class, okay? And then Monday, which will be our last day of training, we're again going to go from 9:30 to 11. That day will be about what to do when EFT doesn't work. So we're going to be covering in detail the psychological reversal, limiting beliefs, recognizing when you as a practitioner may be getting in the way, and what you might need for development and mentoring, kind of how our own issues kind of get in the way with our work as healers too. We'll do a lot of partner work again on Monday, and we'll introduce you to the things that are coming up, like the partner. You'll get something I call a dance card to get on your schedule, all the partner work you're going to be doing. So bring your calendars with you when you come to Sedona so you know how to schedule your partners in the weeks after we come back from Sedona. And that takes us to the end of training, and then we have graduation on Monday night. Boy, it goes fast, doesn't it? The other thing I wanted to just remind you all of is that you all have you have your level 1 manual. I need you to bring your level 1 manual to Sedona. I'm going to, my intention is to get a printer that will print everything and have it at Sedona when we get there. So I will be giving you papers to put into your 3-ring binder. So your binder eventually will have level 1 and level 2 documents in it. Sound good? So make room in your suitcase for your binder. And the other question probably is there homework? Are there assignments before we go to Sedona? I'm still trying to figure that out. I may actually give you a copy of your training manual electronically before we get there and assign some reading in that. I'm thinking that over. I'm not sure. What I would prefer that you do is make sure you have your personal peace procedure done, your list of specific events that you put together that you probably didn't get to work on at your last training. Maybe you've been working on it on your own, but I would encourage you to be ready to have quite a few events that you want to bring to your partner pair work. Does that sound like something you can all do? Also, as part of level 1, I did give you that article about psychological reversal, and it's an advanced topic, but I would also urge you to read that before you come to Sedona, because that is probably the most advanced stuff we're going to be discussing, and I'd rather not discuss it so much and just get you involved in doing work with psychological reversal with your partners rather than talking about it, okay? So that would be my suggestion for preparation. You got enough to do with packing and closing down your office for a few days, so I think that'll work. Questions?
So I'm sorry, but that's in the manual, right? The psychological reversal is in the manual.
It was an article that I put at the end of your
Okay.
level 1. It's right on the back of your level 1 manual.
Well, if it's okay, I'm voting to get some of that, the next catalog, the next work to read on the plane, because we're going to have to do something on the plane.
Well, sometimes
And
people
it would be
want
nice.
other things,
It would be nice to read it before we get there, and then we're at least familiarized with some of the content.
Oh, that's a good idea.
But that's just my request.
Okay. Well, I'm working on the manual now. It's not quite done. As you know, I'm being mentored by a master trainer of trainers, so she has to approve everything before I get it to you. And I don't like doing things last minute. So my plan is to get it to you at least a week ahead. Is that okay with everybody? All right. Okay.
Yeah, even just some articles, for us to read. That'd be cool. That'd be fine with me. More articles is fine. Or direction that we're thereof.
One thing I'll probably give you too, it'll either be homework one night during the class, but I'll try to give it to you beforehand. Nancy gives everybody these really nice tables of all these beliefs that you may or may not have consciously or subconsciously. And you just kind of go through the list, you tick down the list. Because the interesting thing about beliefs and what I'm honoring now is something new that I'm recognizing as a practitioner. Every belief has a point where you learned that. Or, Gary Craig calls it the writing on your walls. The moment in time when your belief solidified. So like that belief, I'm not good enough. You have different specific events and scenes that taught you that. And you also have experiences where you might believe I am good enough, or I am good enough in this situation, but not in this situation. And it's very interesting to kind of deconstruct belief as a way to find specific events. So I'll see if I can get that to you in advance so you can think about that. Okay, other questions? Come on, wake up. Should we tap? Should we tap?
We're taking notes. I'm sorry. We're writing.
Betsy, could you just elaborate on the personal peace procedure? I know that you had talked, we did that for before level 1, but if do we still bring events that may have remnants to them, even that we've processed through somewhat, that are kind of messy still?
Yes. Yes. Because usually some of those events that you put in your personal peace procedure when you're new are often a series of several events. When we get into talking about this tell the story technique, you definitely start realizing that a single event has different sub-events within it and different beliefs even within one event that come up, and different levels of awareness, because you've got the conscious level and then you've got these more subtle lower level things that start coming up as you clear the big one. So I would suggest, look at it again. One of my Biz TV show videos is about personal peace procedure. You might want to watch that again. I think I can put that onto our Facebook page for you too. And you
Please.
have that form. And then, just start thinking. The other thing is you might start looking at this list of beliefs, or start thinking about what are some of your negative or limiting beliefs. And you might suddenly be aware of a scene from the past that you put on your list. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
And they can be recent things. There may have been some things that happened even since we were together for training that you want to put onto that list. I know, it's been kind of a rough month for us here, and I've worked through a few things, but I'm not sure I'm done processing. There's always more stuff to process. Unfortunately, it never ends. We just keep getting wiser. So how fun is that? Other questions? Okay. Well, we're going to have so much fun. We really are. I mean, if you go on TripAdvisor, just start looking at some of the cool things to do. I've made a list of restaurants. A restaurant you might want to check out for lunch one day is the Coffee Pot. I love that place. It's a breakfast place, yeah, but it's just like one of those classic little places that everybody goes, and it's cheap. And you can get a good full lunch one day, maybe, when you get out of class with me. How's that sound? Or we'll let you out for lunch, right? Yeah. On Sunday and Monday, we end at 12:30. So, you'll be taking a late lunch those days. If you don't go to a winery, you might want to go to one of those kind of places and then go out hiking or do something. So Coffee Pot is a good place to check out. Let's see. I had a list of restaurants. I don't know where I put it. I was so excited when I was doing my review today of all these cool places to go. They kept coming up. Well, I'll find it later. But if you've been to Sedona before and there have been places you liked, share them on the Facebook page, or if something good and you want to know if anybody tried it. But really, it's very affordable. A lot of the places I've looked into and the menus, there's the Southwestern food, but there's a lot of Italian, a lot of organic, a lot of really healthy kind of things. So will be great. All right. Well, I just have
one last question.
Okay.
I have one last question. You're going to invite us on Facebook to the page then?
Yes,
we don't have to really look for it. You're going to send us an invite to link to your page?
I'm going to add you, so you'll see it. And then once I have everybody invited, I'll message all of you too, in case you didn't see it already. So that'll be a place that you can get to know each other too. All right. And remember, that's going to be private. The only people that see that, even if it shows up on your timeline, the only people that see it are the people going to Sedona with us. Okay. So you don't have to worry about your husband seeing it, or, you know, your sister. Nobody else is going to see it except us. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. Well, I will go ahead and stop the recording. I will post this recording for everybody so you can hear it again if you want to, if you missed something along the way. Okay. Well, thank you all.
Okay.
This is fun to see you and think about it. Less than a month. Yay. All right.
Thank you, Betsy. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Have a lovely
Bye.
weekend, everybody.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Meet you soon.